Okay, I want to show one last clip, but it's a longer clip, and then there are some questions from emerging filmmakers. This is it's more than a music video. It's a short film that happens also to be a music video, and it's from 2013, I think, with David Bowie. And it's tell us how this came about and what we're about to see, because we are going to show it in its. Because I looked at it several times, I thought you actually can't cut this. It doesn't make any sense to cut it.
Very
so
nice.
Tell us about it.
Well, I was privileged to know Bowie a little bit a long time ago. I met him. I met him on a street corner, actually, in London, in West London, and we just started talking, and then we met with some other friends, and anyway, we sort of knew each other a tiny little bit through the ether, and then I was actually on a rare holiday, and the phone rang, and it was David Bowie on the end of the phone. And he rang up and he said, I got your number and I want to do you want to be in the video for my new... I mean, can you believe this?
No.
It actually happened. And Floria Sigismondi, who's a great, makes particularly beautiful music videos, but also is a filmmaker, very interesting filmmaker, who's a friend of his, shot this film, and I went to LA and we shot it there.
So
the stars are out tonight. Were
you friends with him by that point, or were you just acquaintances?
We were acquaintances, and I was, of course, a super fan who was pretending not to be a super fan, like everybody else on the planet. But we were just very warm. We just had a very, very nice... He was a fan of Derek's, and he recognised me on the street corner. Can you believe it?
Is that how it happened? So he recognised you?
He recognised me. He said, Tilda. And I went, what? And we started chatting, and then I remember a couple of years later, a friend of ours has a shoe shop, and he was in there, and I went in, because I used to go and hang out with my friend, and there he was, and he was shooting. We started talking about cinema, because he was shooting with Scorsese, playing Herod in The Last Temptation of Christ. And he was really funny about it. I mean, he was such a, I don't know, just always disarmingly, just beginner's mind about everything. And by then, of course, he'd made The Man Who Fell to Earth and God knows what else, and Labyrinth and all the rest of it. But he was talking as if he'd never been on a film set before, and he was saying, "Oh my God, filming! How do you do it? It's exhausting. And we've been in the desert, and it was anyway. It was that, and then after we shot this, we became very close pals."
Okay, we're going to show the whole thing. It's about 6 minutes long, but it needs to be seen in its entirety. Nice. Okay, here we are. I mean, it is really, really good, and I just sit there watching it thinking, I can't imagine what a cool experience it must have been to do that. It
was pretty cool.
Was he everything that you would have wanted him to be?
And more. The thing that I want to say about him, which I think is the most emblematic and important thing, is he was so happy. He was just a happy person. I mean, presumably he had moments when he wasn't as happy as when I knew him, but he was just so up for it and such a laugh. And yeah, this beautiful line in the film when I first go into the supermarket and we say, "We have a nice life." That's what we always used to say to each other. We used to sign our emails, "We have a nice life, we have a nice life."
There was a lovely quote in an interview with him in which he said, you know, when I was young, I always thought that, you know, being a rock star, being married to a supermodel would be great. And it is.
Exactly. Great, very difficult.